What's up, guys? Just want to do a little quick video here after a day, I want to say almost a full 24 hours after UFC 229 between Conor McGregor and Khabib, whatever the hell his last name is. I'm going to dabble into that and everything, but I just want, like I said, give my 2 cents on it. Now, before I go into that fight itself and what happened after the fight, just want to say, it's unfortunate for pretty much for the sport of UFC and MMA itself that happened, because what happened after that fight took away from the rest of the night, which had some decent fights on it, or even its own moments in itself. So let me touch on those before I go into the Conor McGregor fight. So let's start off with Derek Lewis and Alexander Volkov. I think that's how you say his name. So the fight itself, it was okay. The whole fight itself showed Alexander pretty much controlling the fight, getting him with kicks and strikes from the outside, and Derek Lewis couldn't touch him. But it did have something that we haven't seen in a long time in the UFC, and which was a dramatic finish from the fighter who was losing, who happened to catch him with an overhand right, bam, knocked him down, knocked him out. Now the knockout itself was crazy enough, but the crazier part that happened after that is right before Joe Rogan goes to interview dude takes off his fight trunks. Dude standing in the middle of octagon in his underwear. So Joe Rogan had to ask, well, why did you do that? Dude has the most epic answer I've ever seen from a UFC fighter, and he said, my balls was hot. Who answers who answers Joe Rogan like that other than this dude? Now, that wasn't the only part of the interview. That dude went on to give even more epic answers on. So, he asked him how did he pull off the dramatic knockout there at the end, and he goes on about Trump called him and told him that he needs to go in and knock dude out because this dude and Putin was making him look bad. So Donald Trump called him and go knock this dude out, which apparently he did. And then again, Joe Rogan asked him about other fighters that are in the UFC, maybe even moving up in competition to fight the champ, who is Cormier. And again, this dude gives a wicked awesome answer. He says, I need to go back to the gym and work on my training because I need to get my fat ass back in shape. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Which, to me, that is hilarious. Great, epic answer I've ever heard from any fighter giving a post-fight interview. Even if you look at it, Joe Rogan was even laughing. He thought it was funny. Moving on, Anthony Pettis and Tony Ferguson. Starting off the first round, Tony Ferguson was pretty much controlling the pace. Anthony Pettis was trying to fight him from the outside, Ferguson chasing him, both landing significant strikes. Now, the fight itself turned out to be a great fight. Even coming into this fight, it had the potential to be a great fight because both guys, they're both tremendous strikers, both have great knockouts under their record. Even in this fight, Tony Ferguson got knocked down by Pettis with a right hand. So, overall, it was great. Everything that UFC wants in a fight. Fighters who are not backing down from each other. Tremendous amount of blood, which every fan wants. The only bummer part about this fight, it got ended prematurely. Pettis seemed to have hurt his right hand in the fight. Couldn't fight on. In doing so, Tony Ferguson goes on to be the winner. But like I said, I was very satisfied with the fight itself. I had a smile on my face. Alright, now on to the main event. This fight... Well, hold on. Let me back up. Before I go into the aftermath of what happened with this fight, let me talk about the fight itself. Fight itself, from a overall fight fan, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, MMA, UFC, Bellator, you name it, I'm a fight fan. This one here, Khabib controlled pretty much the whole fight. I didn't see one part where McGregor even remotely had a chance. Maybe going into the fight, I was like, what, McGregor, he's a one-punch knockout artist. And, he's shown it plenty of times over his past fights. But in the fight itself, I mean, right away, Khabib took him down to the floor, you know, pretty much controlled the fight on the floor. Part that bugged me about that, and it had nothing to do with the two fighters. The fans itself, they sat there and booed, like typical UFC fans like to do, which kind of bugs me because a lot of hardcore UFC fans, or so-called UFC fans, they don't understand the fight game. They don't understand doing what they do on the ground is part of their fight game. You know, him controlling the fight on the ground, he's not even really hitting him, just controlling the grappling part of it. You know, he's winning the fight that way, and everyone boos. You know, they want to see the fights, they want to see the punches, they want to see the kicks, they want to see the blood. Now, coming into the second round, Khabib happened to drop McGregor with the right hand. Me being a fight fan who does not like McGregor whatsoever, I was ecstatic. I was finally someone dropped this dude. You know, put a fist in his mouth. On to the third round, again, more grappling. You know, Khabib actually stood in front of McGregor for a while, showing, you know, I could take his punches, you know. Ended up taking him down, choking him out. End of the fight, which it should have ended there. Now, on to the aftermath of the fight. Khabib chokes him out, proceeds to keep talking smack to McGregor while he's on the ground. Khabib happens to turn around, throws his mouthpiece, and starts talking crap to McGregor's corner. In doing so, don't know what happened, don't know what was said, something ticked him off to the point where he decided, I'm going to jump the cage, I'm going to go after Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach, and mayhem ensued. Security had to come and everything. Part of Khabib's corner jumped the fence and talked to Conor McGregor. You know, if I look at the footage, I mean, it looked like there was about 3 people who hit Conor McGregor. Now, Conor McGregor fans, I'm going to say, yes, he should not have gotten jumped. Yes, Khabib started the whole thing. But Conor McGregor is he's not the victim in this. Conor McGregor started this over a year ago. You know, he attacked Khabib's bus, and you know, they had so much hatred between each other. He attacked the bus, threw stuff at the bus, damaged the bus, even got charges pressed on him. So he's not totally innocent. Not totally innocent. Now, in the aftermath of the fight itself, if you really go back, there's another footage. I'll post a link on my page where it shows Conor McGregor after Khabib jumps. Conor McGregor runs over to the cage, tries to jump it itself. Now, one of the cornermen from Khabib, he jumps the fence, and while doing so, Conor sees him, throws a punch at him. So, with that being said, Conor McGregor is not innocent in this. So as he's throwing the punch at the cornerman, other cornerman saw that, jumped the fence, attacked Conor McGregor. So in that, again, he should not have been attacked by 3 different dudes. But at the same time, he threw a punch at one of the guys. They're all probably just defending each other. You know, unfortunately, when there's testosterone running, that's how it is. The crazy thing, after doing my own little research on the fight, is I came across a video with Joe Rogan and Brenden Schaub. Now, this was before the fight. Joe Rogan was interviewing him, telling him, you know, what did he think about the fight? What's going to happen with the fight? What are his predictions? Brenden straight up told Joe Rogan, I'm not going to the fight. I won't even be there at the arena because these 2 men have so much hatred towards each other that chaos is going to ensue. Basically, he keeps away from the violence in that aspect. You know, if it makes him nervous and he feels like he's going to have to fight, he's not even going to go. So he pretty much called it. How crazy is that? That means that he knows how that fight game works. And unfortunately for, like I said, for the sport of MMA and for UFC, you know, the overall general fans who only watch the big fights, you know, it's going to put a sour taste in their mouth, and they might not even watch any further UFC. They even might, who knows. That's my 2 cents on what I thought about the fight. If you have any comments or suggestions, or even want to put your 2 cents into what I had to say, you know, go ahead and comment below. I'll definitely, negative, positive, go for it. You know, we're all different fans here. We all have opinions. But anyway, hope you guys all have a great day. Love you all. God bless.